Jessica Pegula and Alex Eala had an interesting conversation, where Pegula told her that when they played last year at the Miami Open, she was the home player, but the entire stadium was cheering for Alex, and for her, literally not a single person. Let's listen to their conversation.
All right. Well, Alex, it's no secret that you have an insane amount of fan support. I think we've all seen that. I got to experience that playing you last year at Miami Open when it was your breakout tournament and I'm playing like at home. And I was like, why is nobody cheering for me? Like literally not one person in center court, like night match. And
I didn't want to believe it at first because I feel like because I had uh, a couple, especially this past year when I play in the big tournaments, like the Filipinos will show up for me. It's just an amazing thing to have. But it's hard to believe that you're like famous. And then I think this year everything just was elevated even more. Like Australia, my court was.
When Jessica Pegula stepped onto the court for the semifinals of the Miami Open, she was playing at home. A spot in the final of one of the biggest tournaments in tennis was on the line, and naturally, you'd expect the crowd to be behind her. But that's not what happened. On the other side of the net was Alex Eala, and somehow the entire stadium was cheering for her. Point after point, the support was loud, passionate, and almost completely one-sided. You can just imagine what was going through Pegula's mind in that moment. Wait, what's happening here? Why is no one cheering for me? It must have been surprising, maybe even a little confusing, but that's the thing about Alex Eala. Her fans show up everywhere. No matter where she plays in the world, there's always that energy, that noise, that love from the crowd. Whether it's Manila, Miami, or anywhere else, people connect with her story, her passion, and the way she carries herself on court. And in that semifinal, it really felt like the stadium wasn't just watching a match. They were rallying behind her.
I was in this small court and I saw some videos afterwards. It was just crazy. It was madness. And then this year we've hit spots that have just been super Filipino packed around the world. And so I went home to Manila. Melbourne's full of Filipinos. The Middle East is super full of Filipinos. So yeah, I think it just gradually started to sink in. And when I kind of accepted that I was sort of a famous personality, then it became easier to handle.
And honestly, that kind of support doesn't just happen by accident. There's something about Alex Eala that people connect with on a deeper level. Maybe it's her journey, maybe it's the pride she carries every time she steps on court, or maybe it's just that underdog energy that fans love to rally behind. But here's the scary part for the rest of the tour. What happens if she actually breaks through? Imagine this for a second. Alex Eala lifting a Masters 1000 trophy, or even a Grand Slam. We're not just talking about a big win, we're talking about a moment that could completely shift the atmosphere of women's tennis. Back in the Philippines, it would be historic. You'd probably have people waking up in the middle of the night just to watch her matches live. Bars, homes, even public spaces, all tuned in. Social media would explode. Every point, every rally, every celebration. It would feel like the entire country is living it together in real time. And if she wins, that's not just celebration, that's pure eruption. Car horns, flags everywhere, crowds in the streets. It would feel more like a World Cup victory than a tennis title. But it wouldn't stop there. Because what makes this story even bigger is how global her support already is. You can see it at tournaments, fans traveling, bringing flags, making noise, creating that atmosphere wherever she goes. It's rare. Very rare. And if she reaches that next level, that support doesn't just grow, it multiplies. Suddenly, every match she plays becomes an event. Every stadium feels different. Opponents don't just face a player, they face an entire crowd that's emotionally invested in every single point, and that's when things get really interesting. So if that breakthrough moment comes, don't be surprised if it feels bigger than just tennis. It might feel like the rise of a global phenomenon, something the sport hasn't seen in a long time. And maybe that moment in Miami when even Jessica Pegula noticed the crowd shifting, maybe that was just the beginning.